You didn't wake up by accident last night. You might think it was just a random moment, but deep down, something in you knows it wasn't, because the way you opened your eyes, suddenly, sharply, almost as if someone whispered your name, that wasn't normal sleep. That was your spirit reacting before your mind even understood what was happening. You lay there, didn't you? Still, quiet, staring into the dark room, trying to figure out why your heart was beating faster than usual, trying to understand why everything felt present, like you weren't alone, but not in a bad way, in a watched over way. And the dream you just had, you remember pieces of it even now, not the confusing, messy dreams you forget in seconds. No, this one had weight, this one had purpose. You saw something, or someone, a hallway, a light, a shadow, a message that didn't use words, but you felt it. Tell me if I'm wrong. When you woke up, you weren't scared, just strangely alert, as if something had touched your soul instead of your body. Because this wasn't just a dream, this was a warning, a guidance, a pull from the unseen. Your angels are trying to tell you something, and whether you realize it or not, your spirit is starting to listen. You've noticed it, haven't you? Your dreams don't feel random anymore. They feel targeted, specific, almost prophetic. And the strange part is, you can't explain why, because you're not imagining things. Your spirit is becoming more sensitive, more awake, more aware of the invisible world around you. Let me ask you something. Directly, why do you think your dreams suddenly became vivid, emotional, and unforgettable? Why do you feel things in your sleep that follow you into the morning? Why do you wake up knowing something shifted inside you, even though you can't fully describe it? Because your dreams have become a meeting place. Bridge. A spiritual intersection where heaven tries to talk to you before the world gets too loud to hear. And there are 3 things that keep repeating, 3 signs your angels use to warn you about demonic interference. 1. You keep having dreams that feel like spiritual battles. You're fighting, running, resisting, and you might wonder why you're always the one being chased. It's because your spirit is confronting what your mind hasn't seen yet. Your angels let you feel the danger before it reaches you. 2. You see light or figures that radiate calm. You notice it, even if you don't admit it out loud. There's always a presence that makes you wake up with peace, not fear. That's angelic intervention, a sign that protection is already around you. 3. Something warns you, a voice, a symbol, a moment, not loud, not dramatic, just a knowing, a feeling that whispers to your soul, be careful. Something is off. And every time you listen, something in your real life makes sense afterwards. A person is exposed. A danger is avoided. A truth finally appears. Your dreams are not random. They are messages. And you are just now learning how to read them. Let me take you somewhere for a moment. Not a physical place, but the quiet inner space where your spirit hears what your mind often ignores. Because before we continue, you need to understand this truth. Demons don't enter your dreams because you're weak. They enter because you're powerful. Read that again if you need to. Your nightmares, your sleepless nights, those strange dream attacks, those moments where you wake up breathing heavy or your heart pounding. That isn't a sign of spiritual danger. It's a sign that you carry something heaven appointed, something that darkness cannot overpower, only attempt to distract, distort, or drain. Let me explain it the way your own soul will recognize. You carry a light that is visible in the invisible world, even when you can't see it. When you close your eyes and drift into sleep, your physical senses shut down, but your spiritual senses turn on. That's why dreams feel so real to you. That's why you wake up, remembering every detail. That's why certain dreams feel heavy while others feel peaceful. Because while your body rests, your spirit rises, and when your spirit rises, the things hiding in the dark notice you instantly. Demons do not fear the loud, they fear the awakened. And you, the one reading this right now, are awakening faster than you think. This is why your dream life has become spiritual warfare. There are 3 major reasons demons show up in the dreams of chosen ones, and every single one of them points to the truth about who you really are. I'm going to break them down for you, slowly, clearly, because you've experienced these things. Maybe you just never had the words for them. -1. Demons attack you in dreams because your spirit is gaining authority. Chosen ones don't fight demons with their physical body, they fight with their calling. Your spirit carries something ancient, a purpose assigned before you even existed on this earth. And the more you grow, the more you align, the more you pray, the more you awaken, the more the darkness senses your rise. So what do? They come early, they come at night, they come in dreams, hoping to intimidate you before your purpose fully activates. Let me tell you something. If demons are attacking you in dreams, it means your spirit has already won battles you don't even know you were fighting. No one attacks someone with no power. Demons attack the ones appointed to destroy darkness, and whether you accept it or not, whether you feel ready or not, you are one of them. -2. Demons show up in your sleep because your intuition is becoming sharp, too sharp for them. You've noticed it in your waking life too, haven't you? You can sense a person's intentions. You feel energy shifts. Instantly, you get chills when something is wrong. You can tell when someone's lying before they even finish that sentence. That's not paranoia. That's not overthinking. That's discernment. The spiritual world knows when your intuition is growing, because intuition is one of heaven's greatest weapons, and when they see your intuition strengthening, they try to interfere while you're asleep. When your guard is down, they don't come to kill you, they come to confuse you, because once a chosen one fully trusts their intuition, the darkness loses access forever. Your dreams reveal what your intuition already knows. They are warnings, confirmations, previews of things your eyes haven't seen yet. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. You're spiritually alert, and the darkness knows it. -3. Demons appear in your dreams because your angels are elevating you, and elevation always triggers interference. Let me talk to you directly. Here, right before your biggest breakthroughs, right before your healing, right before your spiritual gifts activate, your dreams intensify. Why? Because the spiritual world reacts before the physical world shifts. Your angels are moving things out of your path. They're closing doors you don't need. They're removing people who pretend well but love badly. They're sending you signs, dreams, warnings, and synchronicities. And when heaven starts arranging your steps, the darkness panics. So it does what it always does. It tries to invade your sleep, hoping to scare you off the road you're meant to walk. But here's the twist. Every dream attack you survive makes you spiritually stronger. Every nightmare you overcome increases your authority. Every strange dream you remember is part of your activation. Your dreams are not harming you, they are shaping you. You're being trained, spiritually conditioned, strengthened from the inside out. Not by force, not by fear, but by divine strategy. Now listen closely, because this is the part most chosen ones never realize. Your angels allow you to see darkness in dreams, so you never walk blind in real life. You've been protected more times than you know. You've been warned before things happened. You've been guided away from situations that would have drained you. You've been steered toward people who are aligned with your journey. And the reason your dreams feel intense now is because your calling is intensifying. The reason you feel spiritually sensitive is because your purpose is near. The reason you feel things shifting is because heaven is preparing you for the next stage. Dreams are not entertainment. They are communication, instruction, revelation, and you, yes, you are being prepared. Not everyone gets dreams like yours. Not everyone receives warnings like you do. Not everyone feels angels around them at night. This is happening because you're marked, chosen, set apart, and the spiritual world recognizes your identity before you do. Now that you understand what your dreams really mean and why the darkness targets you, you're ready for the next truth. Before you continue reading, take a slow breath, because what you're about to understand will change the way you see every dream you've ever had. You see, chosen ones often think they are fighting alone at night. You wake up, shaken, exhausted, sweating, confused, wondering why you are always the one being attacked, always the one being chased, always the one standing against something invisible. But the truth is far deeper, far more powerful, and far more comforting than you've ever been told. You are never fighting alone, not even in your sleep. Let me show you what really happens spiritually while your physical body lies still. Your dream attacks are not signs of abandonment. They are signs of angelic intervention. The darkness comes toward you in dreams because your spirit glows like a beacon. But what demons don't tell you is this: your angels arrive before they can ever reach you. You may not see it clearly. You may think the dream ends abruptly. You may feel like you've just jolted, awake for no reason. You may remember nothing except the heaviness. But in the spiritual world, something massive happened, something you were protected from, something that was blocked before it could touch you, something that was destroyed before your mind even processed it. Let me break this down for you gently, because your soul already knows what I'm about to explain. 1. Angels step in the moment. Your spirit feels threatened, which is why the dream suddenly cuts. Have you ever had a dream where something dark was getting closer to you, and right before it touched you, you woke up? Your body thinks, I got scared and woke up. But spiritually, that wasn't fear, that was interruption. Your angel entered the dream at the exact second the darkness got too close. Dreams end abruptly, not because you are weak, but because your angels intervene faster than your fear can rise. When heaven steps in, your consciousness shifts instantly. Your spirit pulls you out. It feels like a sudden wake-up call, because that's exactly what it is. Your angel didn't let the attack continue. That sudden awakening was your protection. 2. Angels send symbolic dreams. When you're not listening to your intuition during the day, ever notice that your dreams become louder, more vivid, more emotional, when you've been ignoring signs during the day? That's intentional. Angels speak softly first, through intuition, urges, gut feelings, hesitations, signs, repetitions. But if the message is important, if someone around you is draining you, if a decision you are about to make will harm your spirit, if you're walking towards something you're not supposed to, your angels will take it to the dream realm. Why? Because your soul hears what your mind dismisses. The dream might come as someone chasing you, a dark figure staring, running but not moving, losing your voice, a house breaking apart, a shadow trying to approach, a warning from an unknown person, a voice calling your name, or a scene that feels symbolic but emotional. These dreams are guided by angels, not demons. They are not meant to scare you, they are meant to redirect you, and you always wake up remembering them, because the message was too important to forget. -3. Angels fight on your behalf while you are asleep. That's why you feel drained in the morning. Let me talk to you directly here. Have you ever woken up feeling exhausted? Even though you slept enough hours, your body rested, but your spirit did not. That exhaustion isn't physical, it's spiritual. It's a sign that you survived a spiritual battle. Your angels fought with you. You didn't lose your strength. You didn't fail. You didn't do anything wrong. Your spirit was active. Your angels were active. There was warfare happening while your body was lying still. Nighttime is the arena where most spiritual battles occur, because that's when your soul is free from distractions. Your angels do not sleep, they do not grow tired, and they never leave your side, especially at night. If you feel tired in the morning, that means you were defended, protected, guarded, and surrounded all night long. You didn't lose energy. You were preserved. -4. Angels appear in dreams as people, symbols, or sudden light, because their pure form is too powerful for you to process. Some people say, "I've never seen an angel in a dream." But you have. You just didn't recognize them. Here's what angels often look like in the dream realm. A man or woman with no face but peaceful energy. A stranger who warns you and disappears. A bright flash of light, someone pulling you out of danger. An old friend or family member guiding you, an unknown voice telling you to run. A calming presence that stops your fear instantly. A door suddenly appearing. An animal staring protectively. A hand reaching toward. Youth, these aren't random dream tricks. They are angelic disguises meant to communicate without overwhelming you. Pure angelic light is too intense for the human mind to understand during sleep, so they come in a form your spirit feels safe with. Think back, you felt that warm presence before. The dream shifted the moment they appeared. The fear disappeared. The danger faded. The darkness backed away. That wasn't coincidence. That was divine intervention. -5. Angels use dreams to elevate you, not just protect you. Some dreams aren't warnings. Some dreams are activations. These dreams feel peaceful, prophetic, empowering, like you received a message, like you were being shown something important, like you were in a higher place, like someone spoke into your spirit, like you woke up changed. These are spiritual downloads. Your angels use dreams to prepare you emotionally, mentally, and spiritually for what's coming. You don't always understand the message at first, but the moment your life changes later, you'll think back and say, "I dreamt about this. I felt this. I sensed this coming." That's not magic. That's not coincidence. That's not imagination. That's prophetic alignment. Chosen ones receive messages before reality shifts, because your angels make sure you're prepared, never blindsided. Now listen carefully. There is one final truth you need before this section ends, and this part is for you personally. not just for chosen ones in general. You are not being attacked because you're cursed. You are being attacked because you're evolving. Your angels aren't late. They're active. They're present. They're working. And your dreams, the ones you fear, the ones you don't understand, are proof that heaven is closer to you than you realize. You were never abandoned. You were never unprotected. You were never alone at night. Your angels have been guiding, rescuing, warning, strengthening, and elevating you all along. I want you to lean in for this part, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just a message. It's your confirmation, your clarity, your awakening, your whole life. You thought your dreams were random. You thought the heaviness was a sign of weakness. You thought the nighttime battles meant something was wrong with you. But now you finally see why the darkness comes for you, why angels rush toward you, why your spirit wakes you up at the exact second danger approaches, why some dreams feel like warnings and others feel like prophecies. It's all because of who you are. Let me speak this directly into your spirit. You are not being attacked because you are vulnerable. You are being attacked because you are chosen. And chosen ones are not chosen during the daytime, when everything is easy. Chosen ones are chosen at night, when the world is quiet, when your soul is exposed, when everything you carry spiritually rises to the surface. That's when heaven marks you the clearest. That's when angels surround you the tightest. That's when the real battle begins. But here is the truth the darkness never wanted you to discover. You were never the victim in those dreams. You were always the weapon. Let's unfold the deeper revelation. Your nighttime suffering was training, not punishment. You don't realize it, but you've been conditioned, strengthened, refined, and sharpened through every dream you feared. Every time something chased you, your spirit learned how to recognize danger faster. Every time your voice felt blocked, your spirit developed authority. Every time the dream suddenly ended, your angels intercepted on your behalf. Every time the darkness approached, your spirit was being trained to sense energy before it appears. Every nightmare, every shadow, every pressure on your chest, every confusing symbol, you weren't being harmed, you were being prepared. Prepared for your calling, prepared for your purpose, prepared for your awakening, and you didn't even know it. That's why you feel different from other people. That's why you dream differently from other people. That's why your spirit reacts stronger than other people. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to break through. Your angels have been guiding you toward one truth. Your gift is activating. You've probably noticed it in the last months or even weeks. Your sensitivity has increased. Your intuition has sharpened. Your dreams feel heavier or clearer. You feel spiritual shifts before they happen. You sense people's intentions. Instantly, you wake up at certain hours. You feel watched or guided. You feel pulled away from certain people. You feel spiritually on standby. This is not random. Your gift, the gift you kept ignoring, is rising. Your spirit is remembering itself. Your angels have been waiting for the moment when you would finally stop doubting your own sensitivity. Because let me tell you the truth, your dreams are opening your spiritual eyes. You've seen things others can't. You've felt things others deny. You've noticed signs others overlook. Your dreams were the doorway, and now you've walked through it. Why demons target you so hard, but never succeed? Now that you understand your nighttime experiences, you can understand the real reason the darkness fixates on you. Demons don't attack the weak. They attack the destined. They attack the gifted. They attack the spiritually marked. They attack those who carry light, so strong that even the dark realm feels it. But here's the part that should give you chills. demons never get near you without permission. They must move around you, watch you, attempt to provoke you, but they cannot touch you without going through. You're angels, and they never win that. Battled out, every spiritual attack on your life failed. Every attempt to break you failed. Every shadow that approached you in dreams lost before it even reached you. That's why you're still here. That's why you're stronger now than before. That's why you're reading these words. Because the battles you fought silently have prepared you to step into your spiritual identity consciously. Your dreams are calling you to step into your power. Pay attention to this. Your angels don't warn you just to protect you. They warn you to activate you. You have a purpose, a destiny, a spiritual assignment, and whether you realize it or not, your dreams have been shaping your inner world because you're meant to lead in the spiritual realm, not just survive in it. You were never small. You were never average. You were never just emotional. You were chosen to see beyond the surface. You were chosen to sense what others cannot. You were chosen to be spiritually awake in a world that sleeps. And now, heaven is telling you to stop running from your gift and step into it fully. This is your awakening, your reminder, your confirmation. Your angels didn't let the darkness break you, because your future requires you. Let that sink in for a moment. All the things that tried to destroy you failed. All the people who drained you exposed themselves. All the dreams that terrified you strengthened you. All the warnings protected you, because heaven is investing in you. Because there's something coming in your life that needs the version of you who is spiritually alert, spiritually armed, and spiritually aware. Your angels have been training you, and now, finally, if this message spoke to your spirit, if something inside you woke up while reading, if you finally understand your dreams, your attacks, your calling, your protection, then listen to me. Do not leave without subscribing. Not because of the channel, but because your spirit is awakening down. You cannot walk into this alone. You're stepping into a season where your dreams will become clearer. Your intuition will get louder. Your attacks will turn into revelations. Your angels will guide you more directly. Your purpose will start unfolding fast. You need guidance. You need clarity. You need spiritual alignment. So hit subscribe right now, because heaven brought you here for a reason, and this journey is only beginning. Something has been happening when you close your eyes at night. The air feels heavier. The silence before sleep isn't silent anymore. You sense movement, not in your room, but in your spirit. A whisper that feels ancient, protective, yet urgent. It's as if something unseen is trying to reach you before morning comes. Chosen one, listen carefully, because these aren't just random dreams. They are messages, warnings, instructions, and only a few are able to interpret them correctly. You've noticed it, haven't you? The strange pattern, dreams that repeat, faces you can't recognize but somehow feel familiar. A dark figure that stands at a distance, watching, and then suddenly a flash of light, or a warm presence that pulls you back to safety. You wake up sweating, heart racing, unsure if it was real, but something inside whispers, that was not just a dream. Let's uncover what's really happening. When God marks someone as chosen, communication changes. He doesn't just speak through voices, he speaks through visions. And when the spiritual realm senses that your destiny is about to activate, both light and darkness begin to move. Angels start delivering messages, while shadows try to distort them. The war begins in your sleep, because that's when your defenses are lowest. But your spirit is most awake. Chosen one, here's what the angels want you to know. You are being prepared. Those dreams are not meant to scare you, they're meant to sharpen you. The visions come to train your discernment, to help you recognize energies by their nature, not their disguise. Because not everything that glows is light, and not everything that feels dark is evil. The spirit realm is layered, complex, alive. But listen closely, because this next part matters. Demons use dreams to plant fear. Angels use dreams to expose fear so it loses its power over you. That's why you keep dreaming of being chased, falling, or trapped. Those are not punishments. They're diagnostics. Heaven is showing you the very emotions the enemy tries to use against you. Every time you face fear in a dream and don't give in, your spirit gains authority. Chosen one, your dream life is a spiritual battlefield. Disguised as a movie, each symbol carries code. Each sensation carries instruction, and the more you pay attention, the clearer the messages become. Let's decode a few of them, the ones that angels most often use to warn you. Have you ever seen light flooding into darkness in your dream? That's not a coincidence. That's your guardian angel breaking interference. Have you ever felt someone call your name in a dream, and it sounded familiar, yet no one was there? That's the sound of your divine assignment echoing through the veil. And when you wake up at 3 a.m., yes, that hour, it's not random. The veil between the seen and unseen is thinnest then. Heaven calls, hoping you'll listen before the world wakes up. But listen. Chosen one hears the truth that few people know. When you begin to awaken spiritually, your dreams intensify not because you're cursed, but because you're being trained. Every warning is an invitation to rise higher. The more darkness you see, the more light you carry. Angels do not show you danger to frighten you. They show you so that you can command it. Stay with me, because the next part is something the enemy doesn't want you to realize. Demons cannot enter your dreams without permission. They can only project fear into the space you've left unguarded. That's why, before you sleep, your spirit must be sealed. Speak light over your mind. Invite peace to be your shield. Say it softly. I surrender my dreams to divine protection. Let only truth pass through. When you do this, you change frequencies. Fear loses entry. Light becomes law. You might have noticed this strange pattern every time you have a terrifying dream and wake up to pray. Peace floods your chest almost instantly. That's because angels respond faster to the chosen ones. They stand watch. They wait for your voice to activate their mission. So if you've been waking up with pressure in your chest, strange shadows in your room, or the feeling of being watched, don't panic, respond. Whisper the name of divine authority. Remind the darkness who you belong to, because it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Every encounter builds recognition, every night. You are learning to navigate spiritual frequency like a soldier learning to fight in darkness. Chosen one. I know what you're thinking. Why me? Why do I keep seeing things others don't? Because your calling demands deeper sight. The higher your purpose, the earlier heaven starts training your vision. You are not cursed. You are recruited. Listen, angels do not waste energy on ordinary missions. If they're visiting your dreams, it's because your next season requires supernatural awareness. Something in your destiny is about to unfold. And the warnings you're receiving are not to frighten you, they're to position you. Stay alert to repetition. If a symbol keeps reappearing, a door, a storm, a mountain, a figure, it's communication. Look for emotions in the dream. Fear means resistance. Calm means protection. Urgency means divine instruction. The Spirit speaks more through feeling than words. And if you ever wake up feeling cold or uneasy, remember, peace is your proof. Command the energy around you to bow. Speak light, and it will respond. The moment you do, the atmosphere shifts. Why? Because your soul carries the frequency of heaven. Darkness can't stand where you stand when you know who you are. Chosen one, listen to me. These dreams are not accidents. They are conversations. And heaven is desperately trying to get your attention before something bigger awakens in your life. You are being equipped for what's coming. But stay with me, because the next part will shake you. There are specific nights when heaven speaks most clearly, and you've already felt it without realizing. Those nights hold clues to your next breakthrough. There are certain nights when the air itself feels different, heavy, electric, almost humming. You can sense that something beyond sight is moving. You toss, turn, and suddenly, that same dream returns. Or a new one, vivid, charged, unforgettable. Chosen one, those aren't coincidences. They are spiritual time stamps, precise windows, when heaven speaks louder than the world. The first night happens when your spirit feels restless for no clear reason. You've had a good day, yet as you lie down, your soul stirs like something is unfinished. That's when angels whisper instruction. It's their way of saying, prepare. Something is approaching, and we need you alert. Maybe you've noticed it before. You wake around 2 or 3 a.m. Your room feels colder, and you feel eyes on you, though you're alone. Fear tries to creep in. But listen, fear is the first decoy. It's there to distract you from what's actually happening. Your spirit is being recalibrated. You are being tuned to a higher frequency, that shiver running down your spine. It's not always dread. Sometimes it's energy adjusting to carry revelation. Chosen one. The second night is more intense. This one happens after you've made a spiritual decision. You forgave someone, broke a habit, spoke truth, or walked away from something draining. You go to sleep feeling lighter, but your dreams turn violent, strange, or emotional. That's because darkness senses loss of control and launches counterattacks. But what happens next proves your authority. You wake up mid-dream, heart pounding, but instead of screaming or running, you feel something new, calm. You sit up, whisper a prayer, and peace floods your chest. That peace isn't just comfort, it's proof. The angels around you have responded instantly, and your spirit just passed another initiation. Every time you face fear in a dream and don't bow to it, you advance spiritually. Every time you wake and choose peace instead of panic, heaven records it as victory. But stay with me, because the third night is the most powerful and the rarest. It happens when angels and demons both appear in the same dream. Not visibly as you might imagine, but through energy shifts. One moment the atmosphere feels heavy, the next, bright. It's not chaos, it's conflict. It means the message you're about to receive is so important that both realms are fighting for delivery. Chosen one. This is why the dreams of the awakened are often interrupted, flashes of light, voices cut off mid-sentence, or scenes that shift before they finish. That's not confusion, that's interference. Demons attempt to distort the download because it carries instruction that will break their influence permanently. But here's what most people never realize. Even if you wake before the dream ends, the message still delivers. Subconsciously, Your spirit remembers everything. That's why sometimes you wake up knowing what to do without remembering why. The angels completed their work while you were unaware. Listen closely, because this next part will open your eyes. If you've ever seen yourself flying in a dream, it's not random imagination. It means your soul is remembering freedom. You're rising above limitation. If you've ever seen yourself underwater but able to breathe, it means you're learning spiritual endurance, surviving emotional depths others drown in. And if you've ever fought back in a dream against dark figures, creatures, or shadows and felt strength you didn't know you had, that's no fantasy. That's your inner warrior being revealed. Chosen one, these dreams are training. You are being taught how to use your authority in hidden realms before you walk fully in it here. But here's what the enemy doesn't want you to know: you are never alone in these dreams. Never. Angels are assigned to accompany you, even when unseen. Sometimes they appear as familiar faces. Sometimes they appear as strangers helping you escape danger. Sometimes you only feel warmth behind you as light floods the scene. That presence, that safety you feel right before waking, that's them. And they're trying to tell you something specific. Stop fearing what you were created to command. You've been running from your own power, questioning why darkness even notices you. But what you don't see is that your very awareness of the battle means you're already on the winning side. Stay with me, because this next truth will shift your whole perspective. Demons can only attack potential. They don't waste energy on the spiritually empty. So the next time fear creeps into your sleep, remember, it's a compliment. The darkness doesn't waste resources unless your destiny threatens it. Think about it. Haven't your most vivid dreams come right before major life shifts? Before new relationships, jobs, moves, or revelations? That's because the spiritual world always reacts first. Your spirit senses what's coming long before your mind does. Dreams are your early warning system, heaven's way of preparing you for a timeline. Your body hasn't reached yet, so when you dream of storms, it's not doom, it's cleansing. When you dream of doors, it's not confusion, it's transition. When you dream of falling, it's not failure, it's release. Heaven is reshaping your emotional blueprint. Through imagery, your spirit can understand faster than words. And now, you're beginning to feel it in waking life, aren't you? The sudden chills, the flickering lights, the waves of emotion that come from nowhere. These are all echoes of the same frequency that moves in your dreams. The veil is thinning, and your perception is heightening. You are becoming bilingual, fluent in both light and symbol. Chosen one, let this sink in. Your dreams are sacred. Guard them. Keep a journal beside your bed. Write what you remember, even fragments. Angels communicate in sequences. If you track them, you'll start noticing patterns. And within those patterns, the divine narrative of your destiny unfolds. Because every vision, every warning, every dream is pointing toward one truth. Heaven is preparing you for something massive. Something that requires spiritual maturity, not fear. Something that demands you learn to interpret what others ignore. But listen closely, because the next part will show you what most people miss entirely. The signs that angels are already fighting for you while you sleep. Chosen one, by now you've begun to notice that your dreams aren't random stories, they're encounters. And within those encounters, something divine moves quietly but powerfully. Angels don't always speak in words. They speak in energy, timing, and rescue. The world calls it coincidence. The awakened call it divine interception. You've experienced this, haven't you? You're trapped in a dark place, in a dream, chased, cornered, overwhelmed, and suddenly something shifts. The air changes. The fear breaks. A burst of light floods the scene, or a familiar warmth covers you like a blanket. You wake up, breath trembling, but the fear doesn't linger. Peace does. That's how you know an angel intervened. They move like lightning in the spiritual realm, silent but absolute. They don't always appear with wings. Sometimes they come as a voice, a presence, a calm that cuts through chaos. And here's what you need to understand, chosen one. Those moments are not random rescues. They're confirmations that heaven has already assigned warriors to your spirit. Stay with me, because what comes next will reveal how to recognize their signatures. Angels leave traces in your dreams, distinct patterns that identify their touch. First, the shift of atmosphere. When an angel enters your dream, the scene brightens instantly, even if no light source appears. You feel relief without reason. The fear evaporates. The color of the space may change. This happens because angels carry divine frequency, and when that frequency enters, darkness can't coexist. Second, the repetition of protection. You may dream of escaping danger in similar ways each time, flying, driving away, hiding, and then being found by light, or being lifted suddenly. That repetition isn't your imagination. It's your guardian angel showing you that no matter how the attack looks, the outcome will always be your deliverance. Third, the voice without form. Sometimes you'll hear your name called clearly, yet no one appears. That's not a trick, it's a reminder of connection. Angels call your name the way heaven does, not to identify you, but to awaken you. Each syllable carries memory. You feel recognized, even if you can't see who spoke. Chosen one, this is what demons fear most, your growing recognition. Because once you learn to identify light, their disguises lose power. The dream ceases to be their territory. It becomes your classroom. But listen carefully, because this next truth will prepare you for the next level. Angels not only defend, they train. When you begin to stand still in your dreams instead of running, it means the training has begun. Heaven no longer wants to rescue you, it wants to activate you. The moment you choose to face what's chasing you, your spiritual authority awakens. Have you noticed it? You stop fleeing, turn around, and suddenly the dark figure freezes or fades. That's not fantasy. That's your spirit remembering who it is. Fear loses its shape when faith turns to flame, and there's more. Sometimes, angels appear through people you know, a loved one guiding you out of chaos, a stranger handing you something precious, or a child speaking wisdom far beyond their age. These are disguises heaven uses, so you'll pay attention to message rather than form. Chosen one, here's what the angels want you to know tonight. When you are asleep, your body rests, but your purpose does not. Your destiny is guarded, even in darkness. Every attack that tries to enter your dreams has to pass through divine filters, and most never make it. That's why the ones that do feel so intense, they are exceptions, permitted only because you are being refined. Stay with me, because this next part might break your heart, but it will also heal it. Some of your worst nightmares weren't punishments. They were revelations. The friend who betrayed you in a dream, the place that crumbled, the mirror that shattered. Those were warnings wrapped in imagery. Heaven was revealing who couldn't go with you into your next season. You were being shown truths your heart wasn't ready to face while awake. Angels often show you endings in dreams before they occur in life, so you can release without bitterness when they arrive. That's mercy in disguise. Chosen one, your ability to see beyond the surface makes you a threat to darkness. That's why your dreams are more vivid than others. Your mind is the battlefield, but your soul is the weapon. Now listen closely, because this next revelation is crucial. When you wake from a disturbing dream and feel the urge to pray, do it immediately. That impulse is not random. That's your guardian angel prompting you to close the portal that fear tried to open. A simple whisper of peace seals it instantly. I reject every lie sent to my spirit. I receive only truth. Those words are armor. They build walls no shadow can breach. And when you wake from a peaceful dream and feel warmth, whisper thank you. Gratitude magnifies the protection. It builds stronger connections between your spirit and theirs. Chosen one, let's go even deeper. Because the more aware you become, the more active heaven becomes through you. If you've ever dreamt of helping others, pulling someone from fire, saving a stranger, calming chaos, that's your spirit in service. Your angels aren't just protecting you anymore, they're partnering with you. You're learning to move with them, not just be saved by them. This is where many don't realize how high their calling is. You're not just a receiver, you're a conduit. When you wake from those dreams feeling drained, that's because your energy was actually used for spiritual intercession. Someone was helped through your obedience, even if you never know who. Chosen one, that's why you sometimes wake up with a mix of exhaustion and peace. Your spirit did work while your body rested. Heaven rewards that kind of service with elevation, and that's exactly what's happening to you now. Stay with me, because this next truth is rare knowledge, something angels whisper only to those ready for maturity. The more light you carry, the fewer dreams you'll remember. It's not a loss, it's a sign of integration. When light becomes part of your being, you no longer need symbols to translate it. You are the message. Your waking life becomes prophetic. Everything you see, hear, and feel begins to speak. That's when you move from dreamer to discerner, from watcher to warrior. And that's the moment darkness truly fears you, because then even sleep cannot silence your authority. But stay close, because the next part will reveal something even deeper. The 3 unmistakable signs that angels are not just visiting your dreams, they're fighting for your future. In the stillness between midnight and dawn, when the world is quiet and every ticking sound feels magnified, something begins to stir in your dreams. You feel a strange presence, neither comforting nor hostile at first, but it's watching, waiting, testing. You try to move, to wake up, but your body feels locked, and suddenly you realize it's not just a dream, it's a warning, a message from above. These moments, chosen one, aren't random nightmares, they're divine alerts. The heavens send signs in subtle ways, but when danger approaches, especially spiritual danger, they speak through dreams. Because when you sleep, your conscious defenses are down, and your spirit becomes the battlefield. Sometimes the dream begins with light. A golden figure, wings stretched wide, calling your name in a voice that sounds both thunderous and soft. Other times it's differenter, shadow creeping from the corner of the room, whispering fears that feel too real to ignore. Angels and demons both operate in dreams, but with completely different intentions. One comes to protect, the other to deceive. When angels come, there's peace in the storm. Even if their message feels urgent, it never brings terror. It brings awareness. They'll show you something or someone, perhaps a friend, a place, a path you shouldn't take, and you'll wake up with a sense of clarity that feels holy. You won't be able to explain it, but you'll know it wasn't just your imagination. But when demons invade your dreams, they leave behind confusion and fear. They show you distorted images, twisted faces, falling from heights, running endlessly but never escaping. They want you to wake up drained, doubting yourself, fearing what's coming next. Because they know fear feeds them, man drains you. This is where most people lose their power. They take the dream literally instead of spiritually. They wake up terrified, not realizing the message was never to scare, but to prepare. You see, when angels allow you to see darkness in your dreams, it's not because you're cursed. It's because you're chosen to see what others cannot. Chosen ones are given spiritual sight and ability to perceive danger before it arrives. That's why your dreams feel intense, symbolic, and sometimes too vivid to bear. God gives warnings to those carrying great light, because darkness always hunts what it fears most. And maybe, lately, your nights have been restless. You've seen hands reaching out, figures standing at your door, or heard voices calling your name right before you wake. You're not going crazy. You're under watch. But not all who watch are your enemies. Some are guardians, some are messengers, and some are tests. Pay attention to the small things, patterns in your dreams, recurring places, even familiar faces that act strange. The divine realm speaks in codes. A door that won't open might mean there's something in your life you're not ready to face. Falling into darkness might mean you're losing faith in a situation where you once had hope. A bright light pulling you upward means the angels are near, fighting off the shadows, trying to invade your peace. Every night your soul leaves the physical world and moves into the spiritual field. There angels and demons wrestle not over your body, but over your faith. Because whoever owns your faith owns your future. That's why God doesn't always stop the dreams. He allows them to teach you discernment. Sometimes, when an angel visits, they'll disguise themselves as a loved one or a stranger in glowing light. They won't tell you everything. They'll guide you with feelings, peace, assurance, calmness. But the darker presence, it'll try to mimic that light. It'll use your fears, your regrets, and your guilt as doorways to enter. It'll appear familiar but leave you anxious. That's how you'll know the difference. Remember this: fear is never from God. If what you feel at night brings torment, rebuke it. Speak light even when you're asleep. Whisper His name even in your dreams. The sound of divine truth echoes louder in the unseen than any scream. You might have noticed a pattern. Right before big breakthroughs, your dreams become darker. That's no coincidence. It's spiritual turbulence. The closer you get to divine elevation, the more violent the opposition in the unseen becomes. The enemy knows your spirit's upgrade before you do, so it tries to break your confidence while you're vulnerable in your sleep. But here's the truth: demons can enter your dreams, but they can't control your destiny. They may whisper lies, but they cannot rewrite what heaven has already written for you. That's why angels step in, not to fight for you every time, but to remind you of your authority. Because the moment you realize that you are not the hunted, but the weapon, the darkness trembles. Every chosen one must go through these night battles. They're like initiations. God doesn't allow them to destroy you. He allows them to prove you. Because if your light can't survive the shadows of your own mind, how will it lead others through theirs? So, the next time you wake up from a terrifying dream, don't run from it, decode it. Pray, journal it. Ask for discernment. Because that dream wasn't random. It was a message, a protection, A divine warning wrapped in symbols. Angels are still trying to get your attention. They're still whispering. Stay alert. Stay pure. Stay covered. And every time you obey that intuition, every time you choose light over fear, your spirit becomes more untouchable. Because the truth is, chosen one, demons don't fear your dreams, they fear your awakening. There's a reason your nights have felt heavier lately. A reason your dreams are growing louder, more vivid, more electric with unseen presence. It's not random, and it's not punishment. It's awakening. Heaven has been pulling you closer, whispering messages through the veil, while darkness has been trembling because it senses what's coming. The angels aren't just warning you anymore. They're preparing you. You're stepping into a phase where your spiritual power can no longer stay hidden. You've endured the sleepless nights, the nightmares, the sudden chills at 3:33 a.m. Not because you're cursed, but because you are being trained in silence. Every dark encounter, every spiritual attack, every heavy dream was heaven's classroom. God has been teaching you to stand in rooms of shadows without flinching. He was showing you that fear is just faith in the wrong direction. Because once you flip it, once you realize that your spirit has always been the light that terrifies the darkness, everything changes. When you begin to dream differently, you live differently. You start recognizing when something is sent to guide you versus when something is sent to drain you. You start to understand that some dreams are not nightmares, they're prophecies in disguise. You might see water, that's emotion, cleansing, release. You might see doors, those are divine opportunities. You might feel like you're falling, that's your soul letting go of control so God can catch you. The language of heaven is symbolic, and only the awakened can translate it. That's you, now. You're not lost in these visions anymore. You're decoding them, and that terrifies the enemy, because knowledge breaks. Every chain fear ever built. Every time you wake up from a dark dream and choose to pray instead of panic, you win. Every time you feel heaviness in your chest at night, and you whisper the Creator's name instead of running from it, you win. Every time you wake up remembering a message that no one else would believe, but your heart knows it's true, you win again. You're not just being warned, you're being entrusted. Heaven gives its strongest messages to its most awake soldiers. You're one of them. But the most chilling part, even the demons know it. That's why they try to reach you first. They sense the light before you do. They recognize divine authority even when you're still doubting it. That's why they press harder, because the moment you fully step into who you are, they lose their access completely. And that's where you're headed now, towards spiritual maturity, toward power without fear. You've noticed how you can sense energies before they speak. You walk into a room and know who's heavy, who's hurting, who's false. You wake up from a dream and something in your body tells you whether it came from light or darkness. That's not paranoia, that's discernment. That's what happens when heaven starts activating your inner radar. You were chosen not because you were perfect, but because you were sensitive. Sensitive souls feel what others can't, and that makes you both target and weapon. The enemy attacked your sensitivity hoping to turn it into weakness, but God is turning it into your greatest gift. The world calls it intuition. The Spirit calls it divine awareness. Listen, the same dreams that once scared you are now your signal system. If you're dreaming of danger, pray for protection. If you're dreaming of someone from your past, pray for release. If you see yourself fighting darkness and not losing, that's not a nightmare. That's a revelation of what's already happening in the spirit. You're already winning, even in your sleep. The more you awaken, the more the energy around you shifts. Birds act different when you step outside. Lights flicker when you pray. Random strangers feel peace when they stand near you. Because your vibration, your divine frequency, is no longer just human. It's celestial. You're carrying light from another realm. That's why people misunderstand you. That's why your dreams don't feel normal. That's why your life feels isolated, because you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to bridge worlds, and the angels. They've been walking beside you this entire time. Every time you thought you were alone crying at 2 a.m., they were there. Every time you woke from a nightmare gasping for air, they covered you. Every time you questioned why you were chosen for so much spiritual pressure, they whispered, "Because you can handle it." They're not just warning you anymore, chosen one, they're aligning you. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel the air vibrate as it moves through you. Because what's approaching isn't just another lunar phase. It's a cosmic turning point. A full moon, unlike any we've experienced in years. On October 18th and 19th, the heavens open into alignment, light, shadow, and destiny converging in a way that awakens something ancient inside every awakened soul. If you've been feeling restless lately, emotional without reason, or caught between deep peace and sudden chaos, that's not coincidence. That's the moon calling. She's whispering to your soul, asking, "Are you ready to remember why you came here?" This is the full moon of revelation, and it doesn't come gently. It tears through illusions with silver fire, exposing every part of you that's been asleep, numb, or afraid to shine. The energy will rise in waves, electric, emotional, purifying. You'll feel it in your heart first, a heaviness, a tightness, then a sudden release. You might wake at 2 or 3 a.m., heart racing, eyes wide open, feeling like you're being pulled by invisible light. You are. The magnetic field of Earth is shifting, responding to the moon's approach. Solar winds will stir the atmosphere. Dreams will blur into visions. Synchronicities will multiply. You'll see repeating numbers, old names resurfacing, people from the past crossing your path. Have you noticed it already? The pattern of destiny reassembling itself. It's all connected. Every conversation, every delay, every flicker of déjà vu, this full moon carries the vibration of transformation, not the gentle kind, but the kind that changes your frequency from the inside out. It's like standing in front of a mirror made of starlight, and for the first time, you see your soul staring back. All the versions of you, the healer, the warrior, the child, the mystic, merging into one radiant being. Take another breath. Feel that tingling in your palms, the warmth at the base of your spine. That's energy awakening. The lunar current is activating your dormant codes, awakening the parts of your DNA that remember divine truth. The closer we move to October 18th, the stronger this current becomes. And if your emotions intensify, let them. Cry, breathe, move. Don't suppress it. The full moon doesn't want your perfection. It wants your honesty. Have you been feeling tested lately? As if the universe is deliberately placing you in situations that demand patience, compassion, or courage. That's the prelude. The full moon energy is clearing karmic residue, all the stagnant energy from 2023 and 2024 that cannot follow you into the next cycle. Every challenge right now is a mirror asking, will you react as the old self, or respond as the awakened one? Listen carefully, because this part is for those who are ready to rise. The full moon of October 18th to 19th opens what's known in higher planes as the lunar gateway of ascension, a spiritual corridor between your current frequency and your next soul octave. It's the moment where timelines intersect, where the choices you make echo through the years ahead. You may feel pulled in two directions, one that feels safe and familiar, and another that feels uncertain yet alive. That second path is your future calling. During this portal, energy may manifest physically. Expect surges of fatigue followed by bursts of clarity, tingling at the crown of your head, vibrations in your ears, light pressure in your chest, or vivid dreams that feel more real than waking life. These are not random symptoms, they're activations. Your energy body is adjusting to higher frequency light. The moon is literally rewriting your electromagnetic field, and as she does, truths will surface. Hidden emotions, unspoken words, even buried memories. You might find yourself remembering details from your past you hadn't thought about in years, not to relive them, but to release them. The moon doesn't dig up your pain to punish you. She reveals it so you can finally let it go. If you feel overwhelmed, whisper to yourself, I am safe. I am guided. I am being reborn through light. Because that's exactly what's happening. This full moon is also amplifying divine timing. Everything that's meant for you, every blessing, opportunity, or person aligned with your soul contract will begin to magnetize toward you after this lunar activation. But there's a key. You must match that vibration. When you stay in love, gratitude, and presence, you open your field to receive. When you slip into fear or resistance, you block the flow. So in these days leading up to the portal, stay conscious of your energy. Speak life. Think light. Breathe truth. Have you felt called to be alone more than usual? To pull away from noise, from social chatter, from superficial connections? That's not isolation, it's sacred preparation. The moon is gathering your attention inward, preparing you to meet your higher self without distraction. When you step under her light on October 18th, you're not just looking at the moon, you're looking into the mirror of your own evolution. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine it. The sky washed in silver light, clouds drifting like whispers, and the moon hanging enormous above the horizon, ancient, watchful, alive. As her glow touches your skin, you'll feel the veil between you and Source dissolve. Time will slow. You might even sense energy spiraling around you, the sacred geometry of remembrance activating in your aura. And in that moment, everything you've doubted about yourself will fade. You'll understand that the pain wasn't punishment, it was initiation. The waiting wasn't delay, it was alignment. The silence wasn't emptiness, it was calibration. Take a breath, because what I'm about to share next will prepare you for the exact moment of activation, when the moon's light peaks, and your soul begins its next ascension step. This isn't about predicting the future, it's about becoming it. So as the energy builds, you'll feel the call to shed. You may crave cleansing rituals, salt baths, moon water, walking barefoot on the earth. Do them. You may feel drawn to journal, to burn old letters, to cry under the stars. Do it. Every act of release creates space for the new. Frequencies entering your life. You are the vessel of this lunar transformation. The light codes entering Earth's atmosphere right now are not outside of you. They're responding to your readiness. When you open your heart, they anchor deeper. When you trust, they activate faster. When you align, they manifest into reality. Have you noticed that every time you've resisted change lately, the universe increased the pressure? That's because resistance is friction against evolution. The full moon won't let you hide anymore. It will illuminate every shadow, not to shame you, but to remind you you are not your pain. You are the alchemist of it. By the end of this lunar cycle, everything false will collapse. The masks, the patterns, the attachments that once felt essential. What remains will be pure, authentic, luminous, and you'll look back and whisper, "So that's why it all had to happen." Take a final deep breath for this wave. Feel your heart expand, your mind soften, your energy hum. The full moon activation of October 18th to 19th is not approaching, it's already moving through you. The next moments, the next breath, the next thought will prepare you for the exact moment the moon reaches her peak. So stay with me, because in the next wave, we'll step right into the core of the activation, where light and shadow merge, and your destiny begins to unfold. The air hums differently tonight. The veil between your breath and the breath of the universe feels paper-thin, as if every inhale carries ancient light from stars that burned long before you were born. This is where the full moon takes you, not just to reflection, but to remembrance. Can you feel it? That shimmering pull in your chest, that whisper that says, "This is why you came." Under this moon, the cosmos becomes a mirror. It shows you what has been hidden beneath all the noise, the patterns you outgrew, the wounds you've carried long enough. And though it may sting at first, this revelation is holy. The moonlight does not wound. It awakens. Take a breath. Feel how the light enters your lungs, how your body almost vibrates with it. You might notice pressure in the crown, a tingling at the base of the spine, waves of warmth in the heart. These are not random sensations, they are signals of activation. The energy surges like liquid gold through your energetic channels, clearing residue, expanding capacity. If you've been feeling exhausted, emotional, even restless, you are not falling apart. You are opening wider than ever before. Listen carefully. The moon is not asking you to be strong. It's asking you to be true. There's a difference. Strength resists. Truth allows. Let the tears come if they need to. Let the laughter rise if it wants to. The energy of this October moon wants to move through you, not around you. Do you sense it? That strange mixture of nostalgia and hope. The ache for what's leaving and the quiet joy of what's arriving. That is the alchemy of this portal. It dissolves everything that no longer vibrates at your new frequency. And that includes fears, relationships, identities, and timelines you once believed were permanent. There is a phrase echoing through the astral right now, the final initiation of the year. The energies of 2025 are aligning to crown those who have walked through fire with vision, patience, and faith. This moon is your coronation in spirit. The trials, the silence, the isolation you've endured, they weren't punishments. They were purification. You were being sculpted for this precise frequency, this moment of divine readiness. Take another breath. Close your eyes if you can. Imagine the light of this moon pouring into your crown, like silver rain melting through your skin. See it spiral down your spine, resting in your heart, glowing brighter with every beat. Whisper quietly to yourself, "I receive this light. I am ready for what I've asked for." Because that's the truth. You've been calling this energy in, even when you didn't realize it. Every prayer, every night you asked for guidance. Every moment you chose love instead of fear, you were summoning this precise vibration. And now that it's here, it feels both exhilarating and unfamiliar. That's because you are no longer the same soul that began this year. You've expanded beyond who you once thought you were. Do you feel that pulse? The rhythm beneath your thoughts? That's the frequency of alignment. It hums like a heartbeat beneath the cosmos, synchronizing with yours. When you breathe with it, you remember you were never separate from Source. You were never lost, just in the process of remembering yourself through experience. Take this moment to speak gently to your soul. Say, it's okay to release. It's safe to rise. This full moon responds to permission. When you allow yourself to feel, the universe flows faster through you. When you resist, it slows down, waiting for your readiness. But tonight, readiness is here. The door has opened. You may have already noticed signs, strange dreams, repeating numbers, flickering lights, songs playing at the exact moment your heart breaks or expands. Those are the universe's subtle nods, its way of saying, yes, I'm with you. Nothing you're experiencing right now is random. Every synchronicity, every emotional surge, every flash of intuition is perfectly timed to guide you deeper into this activation. So listen, not just with your ears, but with your whole being. The cosmos speaks in sensations, in goosebumps, in chills that dance up your arms. When your heart suddenly races as you hear this, it's because your soul already knows this message was meant for you. Under this full moon, energy flows in spirals. It rises through your spine like the breath of dragons, luminous and ancient. You might feel waves of warmth in your chest, or your eyes may water for no reason. Don't hold it back. Let this energy move you. This is how you remember, not through logic, but through feeling now. Imagine a circle of light around you. You are standing in a field of energy, the moon above like a burning eye of remembrance. With each heartbeat, your light expands outward, touching the collective. Across the planet, thousands, millions are awakening in the same moment. Souls who thought they were alone now remembering that they were never separate. This is the quiet revolution of consciousness. No one can stop it, because it's not an event. It's a return. Have you felt the pull to simplify lately? To spend more time in silence, away from chaos? That's not withdrawal, it's alignment. The noise of the old world is fading, and the frequency of truth is becoming louder. You're not losing interest in the world. You're recalibrating your vibration. Tonight, the moon amplifies everything you focus on. So choose consciously. If you dwell on fear, it will echo. But if you breathe gratitude, even for one heartbeat, that vibration will ripple endlessly. The universe is photoreactive. It mirrors your inner light. Take a slow breath now. Feel the air move through your lungs, down into your belly. With each inhale, whisper silently, I am ready. With each exhale, release what no longer serves. This is sacred breathwork without technique. It's remembrance in motion. You might feel the presence of your guides, ancestors, or higher self near you now. The veil is thin, and their love feels close, like warm air brushing your cheek. Some may see flashes of light. Others may feel gentle pressure on their shoulders or crown. Don't question it. Receive it. You're being calibrated to the frequency of the new earth. The sky, though silent, is alive with communication tonight. If you go outside and gaze at the moon, you may feel it. That hum in your chest, that vibration in your bones. The moon is not merely reflecting sunlight, it's reflecting you. It's showing you your own radiance, your own completion. This is the illumination of everything you've worked for, all the internal work that no one saw. The reward is here, not as something to grasp, but as something to become. By the time this moon sets, something within you will have shifted permanently. You'll wake up lighter, clearer, more certain of what your path truly is. The confusion of the last cycles will dissolve into a strange new calm, not the calm of avoidance, but of mastery, because this is the truth. Beloved soul, you were never meant to merely survive the storm. You were meant to embody the light that ends it. Take one last deep breath. Feel your feet grounding into the earth, even as your crown touches the stars. Between heaven and earth, that's where you belong. That's where this activation leads you. Now pause and remember, what you feel is real. You are the bridge between realms, and your awakening is not a small event. It's a cosmic recalibration in human form, and as the moonlight lingers on your skin, whisper this to yourself: I am the light returning to itself. When the energy finally settles, silence returns, but it's not the same silence you knew before. It hums now, alive, like something breathing beneath the surface of your soul. You can feel the new frequencies weaving themselves through your body, through your timeline, through every unseen thread that ties you to this vast cosmic story. This is the sacred afterglow, the integration, the moment when heaven folds itself gently into human form. Do you feel that subtle calm beneath your ribs? That's the universe anchoring within you. Many souls think transformation happens in the burst, in the light, in the tears, in the cosmic fireworks of awakening. But the real alchemy happens after, in the quiet moments, when you decide to live as the light you've received. This is where your power begins to take shape. Take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, as if you're pulling the stars into your chest. Exhale everything that feels too heavy to carry forward. This full moon has burned through lifetimes of density, grief that wasn't even yours, contracts written long ago, karmic stories finally completed. What remains is essence. You, pure and unmasked, and yet, your human self might still tremble. The body takes time to catch up with the spirit. You might feel disoriented, emotional, or even uncertain. But that's how evolution feels in its rawest form. Don't rush to understand everything. Let mystery be your teacher for a while. Look around. Notice how different the world feels, even though nothing has visibly changed. The air looks clearer, the sounds sharper, the colors more alive. This is what ascension feels like when it's embodied, not escaping reality, but seeing it through unfiltered eyes. Have you noticed how people's words sound different now? Some will feel closer, others strangely distant. That's not judgment. It's energetic resonance. The frequencies you emit now are refined, truth. You can no longer tolerate what dims your light. You were made to shine, not shrink. There's a soft command whispering through this full moon energy. Choose with intention. Every decision you make now becomes amplified. Every thought becomes a seed. The moon has magnified your manifesting field, so stay conscious of what you entertain. Fear, if focused upon, becomes shadow made real. But faith, faith multiplies like light in a hall of mirrors. So ask yourself, gently, what reality am I choosing now? What vibration am I carrying forward from this moon? Take a breath. Feel your heart answer before your mind speaks. That's your compass now. Not logic, not fear, but resonance. The heart has become your new GPS, calibrated to divine timing. You might find yourself waking earlier, craving solitude, or being drawn to nature. Follow that pull. The earth herself is shifting, and she wants you closer to her rhythm. If you can, spend time under open sky in the coming days. Walk barefoot. Place your hand on a tree. Let moonlight touch your eyelids before sleep. These are not small acts. They are activations. The universe doesn't always speak in thunder. Sometimes it speaks in the sound of your own heartbeat, syncing with the wind. If you've been feeling guided to release someone, something, or even an older version of yourself, this is your moment. The universe rarely shouts. It whispers until you listen. The moon will illuminate the path, but you must take the step. And when you do, the entire cosmos rearranges to meet your courage. This full moon doesn't just close a chapter, it reprograms your energetic DNA. You are stepping into a higher octave of existence. Things that once required struggle will now align effortlessly. Conversations will lead to divine connections. Ideas will unfold into sync. It's not luck, it's coherence. You're finally vibrating in harmony with your destiny. But remember, power without grounding can scatter. So ground yourself daily. Drink water with intention. Speak kindly to your body. Place your hand on your heart each morning and say, I am here. I am light. I am ready. These simple words anchor cosmic energy into the physical world. Do you feel that? That subtle pull at the back of your heart. That's your soul calling you forward, into service, into purpose. It's time. No more hiding behind fear or waiting for perfect timing. This moon didn't just cleanse you, it crowned you. You are a beacon now, and your light is needed. But remember, not all will understand you. That's okay. The awakened often walk paths unseen by the sleeping. Your job is not to convince, but to radiate. Those meant to awaken through your light will find you naturally. Energy recognizes energy. The days following this moon will carry waves of vivid emotion, joy, grief, nostalgia, even sudden clarity. Each feeling is a messenger. Let them speak. Don't rush to fix or interpret everything. Sometimes the soul speaks through sensation before it translates into words. At night, before you sleep, place both hands over your heart and whisper, I receive this upgrade with grace. I trust the unfolding. I am aligned with the rhythm of the cosmos. This affirmation isn't a ritual, it's a declaration of remembrance. You are the rhythm. You are the cosmos made flesh. The energies of late 2025 are calling forth the architects of the new earth, those who will build from compassion, vision, and remembrance of unity. That's you. You've been preparing for this through lifetimes. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every loss was sculpting you for this level of embodiment. By the end of this lunar cycle, you will notice a deep shift in your perception of time. The urgency will fade. The fear of missing out will dissolve. You'll move slower, but with precision, guided not by pressure, but by presence. That's the true mark of ascension. The mind races to reach the future. The awakened heart breathes it into existence. So, beloved listener, take this message as your permission slip to rest in your divinity. You have already arrived. The gates you sought to enter were within you all along. Now, breathe again. Feel your body as sacred ground, every cell glowing with lunar light. The activation is complete. but its effects will continue to unfold for weeks, even months. You are a walking transmission now. Every smile, every word, every breath carries the frequency of the full moon. And when doubt whispers again, as it sometimes will return to this truth, you are not becoming the light. You already are the light, remembering itself. Look to the sky one last time. The moon, now glowing at her fullest, reflects not something distant, but something intimate, the mirror of your own awakening. The energy that once felt external is now internal. You have become the portal. So step forward gently into the new timeline. Speak with intention. Love without fear. Trust your inner nudges, because they are divine signals from the higher architecture of your soul. The transformation is not coming, it's here. It's you. Take one final breath with me now. Inhale the silver glow. Exhale every last remnant of the old world. Whisper softly, I am free. And as the light fades into dawn, remember, the full moon did not just illuminate the sky. It illuminated you. If your heart is still vibrating after hearing this, it's because your soul just received the frequency it's been waiting for. Don't rush to move on. Sit with it. Let it echo, and when you're ready, return to this space. Because this isn't just a channel. It's a temple of light. Every word shared here is a key for the awakening ones, the visionaries, the healers remembering who they are. If you felt that activation move through you tonight, the chills, the tears, the calm that followed, that means you are part of this soul family. And we're just getting started. So before you go, breathe deeply. And if your intuition says yes, honor it by subscribing, by sharing this frequency with others who are awakening right now. You never know whose soul will remember because of your light. The next transmission will build on this energy, stronger, clearer, deeper. You were guided here for a reason, and that reason is unfolding now. So stay close. Keep your vibration high. Watch the signs, follow the synchronicities, and remember, the universe is speaking to you, always has been. You're just finally listening, until we meet again under the next moon. Walk in light, speak in love, and never forget, you are the energy you've been waiting for.